Good morning. This is a very, very exciting day. This is day one of our international safari. Look what we've got on top of our car. Haha! Surfboards. Caesar still doesn't have fins, but we've checked the surf store down in Playa Venao and they've got some fins. Un tienda in Playa Venao, tu tienes skia para or por Caesar tabla de surf. See, very exciting day. We're going to go surfing.
Get a drum as a toy for Christmas. Was one of the greatest innovators. The note went right. It's a ode art to la part.
Hi, I'm so happy I get to surf. Yay! So as you can see, some surfing has been going on and I think I might be the happiest person on the planet right now. After 7.5 months of no surfing because we got stuck in Panama City during quarantine when borders shut and everything closed down, Finally, we've found some waves and some freedom, and I'm so happy. I'm going to answer a couple of questions that someone left on my last video. About sticking to reopening plans. Well, I think the government will stick to the reopening plans. So far they have, with the exception of the mayor of Charme and the Coronado area. They haven't opened the beaches. But there's apparently, just quietly, which is not quiet now, I'm putting it on YouTube, but apparently the police in the area aren't hassling surfers so much. Although that's random, you could still be hassled for going surfing in those areas. When we arrived in Venao yesterday afternoon, as we drove into the accommodation that we've booked, the police had a couple of cars, a few guys standing around with a bit of a shade for shelter there. They asked us what we were doing here, where we were from, where we lived. They asked us what we were here for. They wanted to see our booking information to make sure that we weren't just randomly coming down just for the day, I guess. Once we showed them that, they were fine. They said to us, it's okay to surf here, just don't hang out on the beach. So you go from your accommodation into the ocean, surfing is fine, and then you get out. And we're like, that's awesome. We just want to surf. Yay. So happy. So obviously travel within Panama already, you can do it, it's okay. You just need to be prepared to show documentation as you go. So you need to have your accommodation booked, and you want to have your booking reference or receipt or something printed out or easily accessible on your phone to show them if they stop you. I think the subway in Panama City has been open this whole time. I don't think it closed. Masks, you have to wear masks everywhere, all the time when you're in public, particularly Panama City and Panama Oeste and any mid to larger size town, any city like David, you will have to do that. I would actually strongly recommend, even in those places, wearing your mask even when you're in your car, because you don't want the police to be stopping you for not wearing a mask and not having a mask. I know it sounds nuts, but that's the way it is. That's my recommendation. Here in Venao, it's a much different vibe. It's a really laid-back beach community, lots of surfing going on. People are walking around without masks, which is different. Yeah, the restaurants are open. Everything's, well, not everything, a lot of things are open. Some things are closed. The next date to look for is, I think, the 12th of October. Let me double check my calendar for that one. Yeah, the 12th of October is when the airport opens to international flights and arrivals. Curfew is lifted, hotels and tourism fully open. So that's only, what, another week, really? Yeah, another week, really. So it's only one more week and everything should be open. The mayors of Charme and, is there a mayor of Coronado? Not sure. They've still closed the beaches, but the reality is people are still going to the beach, so I mean, things are getting pretty close back to normal. The number of hospitalizations continues to decline. The number of people in ICU continues to decline. This population must have some level of immunity, otherwise numbers would not be declining, because more people are out and about. So it looks like Panama is on the road to a full recovery, and I think there's a lot of pent-up demand, and I think my pickers, I think we're entering some very happy boom times just around the corner. Just remember that the 1918-1919 Spanish flu global pandemic, that led into the roaring 20s and a time of euphoria. I think we might have that just around the corner, so some good happy things to think on. Thank you as always for watching these videos. If you like, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next week with more surfing. Ciao!